I'll be working with the Houston Texans this summer. And actually, the way I got this opportunity is crazy. All I did was I saw the opening on LinkedIn and I reached out to the recruiter like right after he posted it. And I told him that I was interested and that I'm ready for the interview. And not even a day later, the same day actually, he reached back out to me and said that, we can set up an interview for it. So I went through the interview process and things like that. And I ultimately ended up getting the position. So I praise my Most High for that. Couldn't have got that opportunity without him.
People who don't know, the recruiters are the cheat codes for these jobs. Like they the
Mm.
ones who look at everybody. They the ones who scout everybody. Hit that recruiter up directly like you did, and then that'll
Yeah.
put you in the best position. That's how I got my job. Actually, I got LinkedIn Premium. I hit about 50 ESPN recruiters. DM'd
Wow.
them, and yeah, two got back to me. This I'll never forget her name. She Lynn Matthews. If y'all never know, DM Lynn Matthews on LinkedIn. She got back to me. She got me an interview.
Liz Matthews.
Lynn Matthews, man. She got back to me 2 days later, got me an interview. The rest was history.
Like that's really, I know it sounds cliche, and a lot of people like when they ask, journalists that are super successful, they say just put yourself out there, and that's something that I
Yeah.
really did to get this internship. Like I saw the post and immediately I responded to them, not responded to, yeah, responded to them via message,
Mhm.
and he responded right back to me. So you never know unless you try. You know what I mean?
What's good, y'all? Welcome to episode 22 of the Ryan Leach podcast, man. Today I got with me a special guest, man. Long time no see. How you been, Miss Kiera Baker?
I've been good, Ryan. I've been good. Just chilling at home, waiting for my internship to start, but all is well.
For sure. So I think we originally met each other at the Black Sports Business Conference.
Yeah,
Um
we did
Devontae
this.
interviewed you a few days before I seen you, and then we just connected through Devontae. So
Hmm.
how did that start? How did Devontae end up contacting you for his podcast?
Yeah, crazy story. So small world, actually, for starters, because literally not even a month after Devontae ended up interviewing me, we ended up seeing each other in person at be the Black Sports
Oh, that
Symposium.
was just a month before?
Yeah, like it wasn't too soon after.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was very soon after. But how did he reach out to me? It was just via Instagram, as journalists just trying to get it in where we can fit it
Yeah.
in, to promote our, what we're
Hmm.
doing, our podcast, whatever it is that, us young aspiring journalists are doing. So he
Yeah.
just reached out to me through DM, told me what he does, told me about his podcast, and then, acknowledged me for what I was doing and then asked if I wanted to, be a part of the D Hop podcast. So I agreed. We did the interview, and the rest is history.
Yo. Then I was able to meet you a month later. Y'all she was
Mhm.
pump faking like I'm gonna come outside with y'all. I'm gonna turn up with y'all. That night came, she was MIA, missing in action. She claims she don't go out no more though. We gonna see about that.
I don't. I don't.
But anyways, let's get back to you just graduated. Tell me how that is, and then tell me your next move and just how excited it is. You finally done with school, man. I know you've been pushing, you've been working, just the grind and everything about that.
Yeah, so I graduated from the illustrious Penn State University. We are,
Mm,
yes, we are till the day I die. But yeah, Penn State was a very good experience for me. I got everything that I needed to get out of that experience. I love the people I met, just the mentors, the lifelong friends that I made, the clubs that I was in. It really helped me, like build my experience in the field that I'm in right now, whether it was like sports writing or on air stuff or behind the scenes, camera operation, things like that. So I graduated in broadcast journalism with a sports minor,
okay.
and since graduation, it's been about a month and 2 weeks, going on a month and 2 weeks since I
Uh,
graduated. So
you
I
fresh
haven't.
out, y'all. Fresh out.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't say I'm officially done with school though, because I plan on going to grad school,
Oh,
not
for real?
this not this upcoming fall, but next fall.
Okay.
So
Trying
until
to
the
get a
time
master.
being, yes, I'm trying to get a master's. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Yes, I don't know where I'm gonna go yet. I'm still like in the process of, trying to figure out where I want to go.
Hmm.
But as far as right now in present time, I've just been, chilling with my family, trying to enjoy my off time before I start my internship this summer.
For sure. Now let's get into Penn State real quick because we got a lot of Penn State alums at ESPN. Like, I'm like, is there a pipeline going? Can you tell me why Penn State sets their students up so good, whether it's broadcast, media, or even sports media? What exactly do y'all do to prepare people to move into the media industry, especially sports? Because I
Mhm.
see y'all everywhere I go.
Yeah, well, for one, it's the biggest alumni association in the world,
She talking
right?
heavy,
So
dog. She talking heavy. Go on, talk. Go on,
I
talk.
just gotta, I gotta represent, I gotta put on
Yeah,
for
for
my
sure.
school, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, so for one, just the alumni network. Like before even choosing what school I wanted to go to, I knew that I wanted to join a school, where I would be set up for success once I left. So just in general, like the people that you can connect with, not only when you're on campus, the amount of help, the amount of, advisors and teachers that will help you find your passion and continue to help you succeed in what you want to do is just like a plus. And then on top of that, just like while you're in school, especially specifically for sports, since I'm in that, field,
Mhm.
you can work with sports teams like at the school. So it's
Wow.
called Go PSU Sports. So for any aspiring journalist out there, if you're looking into Penn State and you want to, level up in sports,
Oh,
this
she
is something
got a
that I
resume,
didn't get to
dog.
do.
Go
This
ahead,
is
go on
something
recruit, go on recruit.
this is something that I didn't get to do while I was there because I was at the main campus for 2 years. I was at a smaller campus because I played basketball, but then I
Oh, word?
transferred.
I didn't know you played. Okay. No, you was
Yeah,
at. I think you was at another school, right?
no, it was still Penn State, but it was a smaller Penn State campus. It was called Penn
Got you.
State Beaver.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So then I transferred to the main campus, and there you can get involved like right out of the gate. So you can work with the football and basketball teams, soccer teams, lacrosse teams, whatever teams you want, and you could interview the players. So and it's considered an internship while you're there. So you go through just learning how to interview, talking with players in real time. You do pre-game, post-game interviews, live game reports. So
Wow,
you're just building your resume and you're building your experience.
for sure.
Outside of that, you can also join various different clubs that allow you to gain more experience in sports too. Like a couple of clubs that I was in, for instance, was Penn State Sports Night. So it's a show where you can, go to the club and get different segments on. You can pitch what segments you want to do, whether it's WNBA, NBA, or anything in sports. And then you can have your, 10 to 15-minute segment. There's something called Com Radio where you can do sports writing. You can also do play by play commentation. I was fortunate enough to do a couple of play by play games for women's basketball. So that was a blessing.
Big time.
What else can you do? You can do your own podcast for Com Radio. You can have your own talk show. And there are various other amounts of clubs that you can get involved in to just help you excel, which is something that I truly, truly love about Penn State.
For sure. For those, do you already say you was from Houston? For those who don't know, we both Houston. You know what I'm saying? We both H Town. You from Pearland, I want to say. I'm from.
No, I'm from
Oh,
Sugarland.
oh, where I get Pearland from? Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, close enough, close enough. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she from Sugarland. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Spring Cypress area, so we like an hour away from each other. You know, you on the other side of
Okay.
the highway. But you know what I'm saying? We both Houston, Texas. So I always wonder, I'm like, why did you end up going to Penn State? But the way you just broke it down, it made so much sense. Like I didn't know they did all that. Because you know at ESPN there's so many Penn State people, whether it's producers,
Mhm.
researchers, anchor. I'm like, where are all these people coming from? But now it makes y'all set them up so well. It's like between y'all and Missouri. Missouri's a lot of school I see a lot. Like those are
Okay.
probably the two best pipelines, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, and you touched on producing, like it's not just on air for sports. It's producing as well, anything behind the scenes, also photojournalism if you're into film production and things like that. The College of Belisario, it's called the College of Belisario Communications. They set you up so you can major in PR, you can major in film production, or you can major in advertising, or you can major in journalism, which is the field that I took. So there's many various different avenues that you can take, and they all set you up for greatness.
For sure, y'all. And I keep trying to tell her, I trying to get up here at ESPN, y'all. I said I got a letter for you. I can record. She don't want to come up here. I don't know why. Like you don't mess with the cold, the Connecticut. What you mean? I said,
It's
come
not that
on
I
up.
don't want to come up there. I just graduated, right? What do you
Okay,
mean?
you trying. I'm just saying. I'm like, you might well come on up. But like you said, you just graduated. Speaking of that, you are about to start an internship with the Houston Texans. Can you just touch on that? What exactly will you be doing with them, and how did you get this opportunity?
Yeah. So I'll be like you said, I'll be working with the Houston Texans this summer. And actually, the way I got this opportunity is crazy. All I did was I saw the opening on LinkedIn, and I
Wow.
reached out to the recruiter like right after he posted it. And I told him that I was interested, and that I'm ready for the interview. And not even a day later, the same day actually, he reached back out to me and said that we can set up an interview for it. So I went through the interview process and things like that, and I ultimately ended up getting the position. So I praise my Most High for that. Couldn't have got that
God.
opportunity without him. And as
Mm-hmm.
far as what I'll be doing, so this summer in
My fault. My
particular,
fault. Before you get on that, I do want to touch on the recruiting aspect. Do you have LinkedIn Premium?
no,
Oh, you
I don't.
don't? Okay. That the people just because you just said some people who don't know, the recruiters are the cheat codes for these jobs. Like they the
Mm,
ones who look at everybody. They the ones who scout everybody. Hit that recruiter up directly like you did, and then that'll
yeah.
put you in the best position. That's how I got my job. Actually, I got LinkedIn Premium. I hit about 50 ESPN recruiters. DM
Wow.
and yeah, two got back to me because I'll never forget her name. She Lynn Matthews. If y'all never know, DM Lynn Matthews on LinkedIn. She got back to me. She got me an interview.
Lynn Matthews.
Lynn Matthews, man. She got back to me 2 days later. Got me an interview. The rest was history. But before that, I know this your interview, so I ain't gonna take
Oh, you good. No, but just to touch on like reaching out to people, like that's really, I know it sounds cliche, and a lot of people, like when they ask, journalists that are super successful, they say just put yourself out there. And that's something that I
Yeah.
really did to get this internship. Like I saw the post and immediately I responded to them, not responded to, yeah, responded to them via message,
Mhm.
and he responded right back to me. So you never know unless you try. You know what I mean?
For sure. So what do you plan on doing for the Texans this summer with this internship?
Yeah, so this summer in particular, I'll be working with their training camp. And during that training camp, I'll be working with their partnerships. It's a behind the scenes internship, so it's not anything on air or in front of the camera, but I'll be working with their partnerships, their sponsorships. I'll be working with their hospitality, their fan engagement, their marketing, and things of that sort. So whenever they have, practices and things like that, I'll be out there working with the people behind the scenes, as well as if they have any camp events or anything that they're throwing throughout the week, I'll be helping with that as well. So that's what I'll be doing for the summer. And
Gotcha.
then I also got another position with them for the entire season as a
Wow.
battle red. And what a battle red just helps you, it offers you hands-on experience in the sports world and helps you further your career in sports. So I'll be there every Sunday for their home games, and I'll be working as a Battle Red representative.
No, that's a blessing. You back at home, got a job at the crib after being in the cold. You know what I'm saying? I know you got to get adjusted to this Texas heat. You're gonna be in the training camp all summer. They practice
Mhm.
outside. You know what I'm saying? They
Oh
do
yeah,
got yeah, yeah. So you're
oh
gonna
yeah,
be
for sure.
hot.
The hours are 5 to 5, so
Ooh.
I'm gonna be laboring, but it's okay because I'm getting to the money.
Yeah,
So
get to that bag. That's what I like to hear.
and even though ultimately it's not, a on air position, I know I'm not going to get that right out of the gate. So I'm really just using this as a networking opportunity, meeting as much people as I can, talking to people that have been working at the organization for, many years, and asking them how it's been, letting them know who I am, what my ultimate goal is, and then continuing to further my, networking and relationships with people.
For sure. Yeah, you already know how the game goes. Like you definitely got into it early.
Yeah.
College, you was already working, you was already going to conferences, you was already doing your thing. So I already know you're gonna be straight. Now let's talk about some of the collabs and the interviews that you did on your sports page. I see
Yeah.
that, you be doing different collabs with Instagram pages. Go ahead, shout them out. I'm gonna put them in the video and where they could follow you at, where these pages that you collab with, where they can follow them at as well.
Yeah, for sure. So all of you guys can follow me on my main Instagram account, well, my only Instagram account actually. It's
Got a
Kiera
fence or
Shanae.
something with you. Don't talk too much now. Don't get the fence up.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get
It's
offended.
Kiera Shanae. So it's my first and middle name. So it's KIERASHANEY. And as far as, different collabs that I've done, I work with this company called Are They Hooping? And it's a pickup basketball app, Black owned. And basically it's an app where you can see who's hooping, where people are hooping at any time. You can pick up games, you can, play with different friends. So I put out content for them. I also do interviews for them. So on their page, I'll, just make sports videos, whether it's about the WNBA, college hoops, or the NBA. And I'll just talk about, my opinion on things that are going on in the sports world. And then also I have um, a blessing to actually interview people in the sports world, whether they're athletes or trainers or just anybody in the sports or music world. And then once I do my interviews with them, I'll edit and then post it on the page for people to see.
Yeah, man. Real dope app, y'all. Hoop, you could just get on there and see where people hooping at, join their sessions. It's not just basketball either. I seen you do content with like you said. I seen boxers on there, trainers.
Mhm.
You
Oh
said
yeah, and to speak on that too, I just got this opportunity. It's called Pathway to Glory. It's a boxing opportunity that I got. So I'll go in to their gym. It's in downtown Houston, and I'm able to interview different boxers, whether they're professional boxers or amateur boxers, and just to get their story and to highlight their journey as an athlete.
for sure. I seen you interview the boxer the other day. I'm like, oh, that's hard. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I
That's
actually just started the position last Friday, so I'm still learning how to, expand more than basketball, which is something that I'm truly blessed for because it's something totally different from the sport that I've known all of my life.
she booked and busy, y'all. I'm telling you, we got her before she blew up, man. Get her on the pod. Knew she was going to take off, man. Get her right now. Get the behind the scenes exclusive. So you described to me so many opportunities, so many things you're doing. Just what's your ultimate goal by the end of this? And where do you hope to either land a job at eventually or see yourself in this career?
Yes. So my ultimate goal is just to be a sports reporter, sideline reporter, analyst, whatever it is. If it's in studio, if I'm working for a sports team, collegiately, professionally, whatever it is, that's what I want to do. Play-by-play commentation, I can do it all, honestly.
Very versatile.
Um, And as far as like a dream job or a certain team that I would like to work with, I don't really have a dream team, honestly. I just really love basketball, really love football. So if I can land a job in any of those, areas, whether it's NFL, college football, NBA, WNBA, college women's basketball, I'm a big fan of college women's basketball. So anything in that area, in that avenue, I would be totally content with.
She named all them jobs, y'all. She ain't say ESPN one time. I'm sure she don't mess with us, y'all. I don't
Oh
know.
my
You
god,
know?
no! I'm saying like ESPN, TNT,
That's the
CBS,
first time we heard you say
any of those,
ESPN the whole
any of
interview.
those major sports networks. Like
I'm just
I'm
glad.
down. I'm down
Listen,
to
all right, this is the first time we heard you say it. I've been telling people I
whatever
got a
God,
job.
whatever God blesses me with. That's what I'm gonna
Amen.
take.
There we go. That's what we like to hear. Amen.
Yes.
Now, just some more questions about yourself before we go to the NBA segment.
Okay.
We're gonna make a pivot, man, to you are a black woman in sports. Can you just describe the challenges that you might face there that the man we might not know about sometimes? Can you just describe some of that stuff and the different things that you might go through?
Yeah, for sure. You you touched on it already, a black woman in general. That's the number one thing. We have to work a little bit harder to get what we want, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And just being a woman in this industry, we're the minority. We're the minority. You see a lot of male broadcasters in this industry, whether it's in NFL or NHL. I was actually just watching an NHL game
Mhm.
today. It was post game, and all you saw at the table was males,
Yeah.
no women. And I literally said that out loud. I was like, there needs to be a woman in that panel,
Yeah.
and that should change that I want to bring, in the next couple of generations. I want younger girls to see Black women on TV and say, I can do that. I can do that too, because that's what the Taylor Rooks of the world, the Kari Champions of the world, the Joy Taylors of the world, the Maria Taylors of the world, inspired me to be like. So yeah, just being in this industry, being a woman in general is one of the hardest challenges because we have to work a little bit harder to get what we want
Mhm.
and where we want. But once we get to the top and once we get where we want, then that's when you'll be respected a little bit more.
For sure. Well said. Definitely. What advice would you give to any young women coming up in the industry that's like, well, kind of like you, but I guess even younger than you, that's like, I
Oh,
forgot,
yeah,
yeah,
for
you coming,
sure.
yeah, just young little girls, I would say, coming up that's like, oh, I want to be a sports broadcaster or I want to be in the sports media field. What's some advice you would give them?
Yeah, for sure. I've only been in the game for about going on 3 years. So in August, this upcoming August, it would be 3 years. So I'm still fairly new in this industry. But if I had to give any young girl any piece of advice coming up, um, I know everybody probably says this, but just be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, be yourself, be you. Don't try to imitate someone or be someone that you're not, because at the end of the day, people will pick up on that and they'll see that you're truly not being yourself. You know what I mean? Also, just advocate for yourself. That's something that I had to learn actually recently. There were a lot of times where I wasn't getting opportunities in college when I was first starting out, and I was getting a little bit of discouraged. But something that I learned at those, sports conventions like NABJ and Black Sports Symposium is you have to put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, then people won't know who you are, and you might not get opportunities that, you could have gotten if you didn't, reach out to people. So just being yourself at all times, not trying to be someone that you're not, advocating yourself and trusting in yourself, being confident and knowing that if you can step into a room and speak highly of yourself and speak confident, that everybody else will follow.
For sure. Definitely well said. Now, speaking of these conferences and stuff, we got NABJ coming up in August. Then the Black Sports Symposium was actually announced for
A couple
August
days
as
ago,
well.
right?
Yeah, it was just announced, yeah, a couple days ago for August as well. Do you plan on attending any of these conferences or symposiums coming up?
Yeah. So for the Black Sports Symposium, I won't be there, unfortunately. I just won't, but definitely for NABJ, definitely for NABJ, no, but just to speak on Black Sports Symposium, it was a great first
Oh yeah,
experience.
man. Oh,
Last
that was
year,
your first one?
yeah, it was my first one last year, and I actually went because I was a part of a student group, and it was a selected few that went. So I was fortunate enough to go for free and everything. They handled my housing and things like that. But this year I won't be going. But NABJ, I do plan on going. It was a great
Okay.
experience. It'll be my second year, and I'm just excited to see, what different people I can meet, different networking I can do, and I'm excited.
This will be your second time going this year coming up?
Yes, for NABJ.
For sure, for sure.
Mhm.
Speaking on these conferences and everything and these symposiums, can you just explain the importance of going, networking, putting yourself out there, and different opportunities that that can lead to?
Yes, for sure. Because for one, you don't see a lot of people like yourself in one room
Yeah.
often. We're all in different areas of the world, different places, and we're all, working to get where we want to go. So when you have a chance to be in those rooms, when there's hundreds of people that do the same thing as you, that want the same thing as you, um it just gives you a different type of drive because you're around like-minded people, you're around successful people that you can learn from, that you can, pick their brain and see how they think and learn from them as well. And then also you're around people like the Stephen A's of the world, the Malika Taylors, the Malika Andrews of the world, the Taylor Rooks of the world. So you know that how they've gotten to where they are. You know how successful they are. So when you see that and when you can go to these panels and hear what they have to say and hear how they, got brought up and how they paved the way and went through the different challenges and struggles that they went through, then that'll just inspire you to, want to do the same.
For sure. Also, don't forget we got the ESPN panel. I will be an ambassador. Hopefully, I get to speak. So, you know what I'm saying, pull up on me, pull up on your boy. I will be at NABJ as well, ambassading for the company, man. But I will be walking around, networking, doing my thing as well. So definitely,
Okay.
hopefully, I can see you there.
Congratulations on
You said
that.
what?
Congratulations on that, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely
Mhm.
looking forward to it. This will be my first NABJ. So like,
Okay.
yeah, like you
Oh,
said,
wow, your first one.
yeah, it'll be my
Oh,
first
it's gonna be
one.
amazing. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be so amazing.
oh yeah, and you know I'm outside too. But you know we gonna speak on that off. You know.
No, no, but seriously, no, it's gonna like it's just the environment because
Mhm.
the way NABJ is, you literally have Malika Andrews, and all these people that are in the industry that are successful just walking around like it's nothing.
Wow,
Just interacting with the students and aspiring journalists and the young journalists that are coming up. So you're able to just, run into them. And if you want to ask them a question, you can do that. It's just that type of environment. You know what I mean? And especially for the journalists that we see on TV, they were once at NABJ. They were once in our shoes. You know what I mean? So they're willing to give that advice. They're willing to, give pointers and tips for the upcoming generation because they want this to keep continuing once they leave.
for sure, for sure. I'm glad you touched on that. That's definitely what I've been seeing at these conferences. They'll be trying to bring the next one up. You know what I'm saying? You got to network, you got to connect, and you might run into these people years later down the road. I've been at the Black Sports Symposium. I've been to NABJ Region One, and I met people there that I'm still contacted to this day. And we end up job offers. I'm throwing him offers. He throwing me offers. We meet at other conferences. So it's like this is a blessing. Yeah, definitely got to keep those connections. Now let's transition, man. Let's get straight to these games. The NBA Finals Game 5 was yesterday. We seen the Thunder take a
Yes.
3-2 lead. Now I'm gonna just what's your reaction off of last night's game?
Whew, what Well, first, I want to say Tyrese Haliburton. I honestly feel like that was a story of the game. Not to take away from what OKC did, because they had a great performance, a great win.
Mhm.
But you hate to see Tyrese go down like that, even though it wasn't a game changing injury to where he couldn't come back and play. You could definitely tell that he was off when he was in the game. I think it was a calf strain, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure, yeah,
But
Catherine, yeah.
yeah, it was a calf strain, yeah, but, it's still undecided if he'll be playing in game 6, but if you're Tyrese, you
Got
have
to,
to
you
play.
got to, you got
You
to,
have to, like,
you
it's the
got to.
finals. There's no sitting out. I don't care if you tore your ACL. Like, I don't care what
Damn,
you
damn, you tough. You
I'm
said,
just saying,
damn, I
like, if
tore
you're
ACL.
no, because if you call yourself the best player on the team, and if you
Yeah.
take on that title, and if everyone else considers you the star of that team, there's no
Yeah.
sitting out. You're at home. It's a do or die game. It's an elimination game.
Mhm.
You have to show up. Even if you don't play the whole game, you have to show up for your team. You know what I mean? And I don't think a calf strain is like that bad of an injury for him to sit out the entire game, but definitely that's one thing I took away from game 5. And also Jalen Williams, man.
Yeah. J
Was
Dub.
due for a game like that.
Yeah.
Shade's been doing this thing all series, but Jalen really needed to step up to really get OKC over the hump.
Mhm.
And he did just that. He scored 40 points, and we
Mhm.
know what he can do. He was a first-time All-Star this season, so he's capable of putting up those numbers. But
Mhm.
I don't think anyone expected him to score 40, but he really showed up to play, and he really carried OKC over that hump. And that's, in my opinion, that's what made them win the game.
For sure. I ain't never seen him act like that before. Like you said,
Ever.
like you said, he has his moments. He's inconsistent. He's someone been a punching bag this playoff because it's like he'll be up and down. There's been some
Yeah.
games, especially against the Nuggets series, where he's not doing anything. He's missing in action. Shay's carrying them. But I'll say this finals, he has been stepping up. He's been that player that we've been kind of waiting on. Like you said, he was a first team, or his first time All Star this year, third time All NBA. He made the All Defensive team. So it's like we've been hearing about it. We've been hearing about it. He really came. He showed up yesterday. They wouldn't have won that game without him.
No,
The
they wouldn't
pace,
have. They wouldn't
yeah,
have. No, because let's
pace.
be real. Before they went on that run, before OKC went on that run, I think Indiana had cut it like to 4 in
They
the
cut it
fourth
to
quarter.
two. They was right there on him. Yeah.
Yeah, they were right
hmm
there. And we know how Indiana gets. Even if
Yeah.
they go down 10 plus points,
Yeah.
they will their team back into the game because that's just the type of
Yeah.
team that Indiana is. So just a great performance overall from J Dub.
For sure, for sure. Now we got game 6 coming up on no Friday, I want to say. Who do you think is
Thursday. Thursday.
oh Thursday? It's Thursday. Got you. Thank you. Do you
Mhm.
think this series will get extended, or you think it will end at Thursday?
Whew, that's a tough one. Because now it's like with this injury of Tyrese, I don't know if
Mhm.
the Pacers will be able to sustain it, especially with OKC just coming off a win. I think honestly they will have the momentum going into game 6. But also you can never count the Pacers out because you have that man by the name of Pascal Siakam on their team.
Yeah,
He's a former NBA champion. He
yeah.
knows what it's like to play in this type of environment.
Mhm.
So it's honestly it's like it's in anybody's hands. If Pascal comes to play and the others comes to play, if Miles Turner has another solid game, if TJ McConnell comes out, Matherin, he has to have a great game like he did in game 3. He hasn't played as well as he did the past 2 games, but if he comes out at home and really gives a dominant performance alongside their 2 stars, I do think they'll be able to pull it off.
Got you. Yeah, like you said, it's gonna take a full team effort. Like you name everybody on the team, damn near. It's gonna take all of them to play.
Nimhard,
Yeah.
Naismith, all of
hmm
them. It's gonna
It's gonna,
take all of them, and
yeah.
and I do think it will be tough on OKC because they are going away. They particularly don't play well on the road. We've seen that in their numbers.
Yeah.
So, but it's really Tyrese Haliburton. That's going to be the story of the game for Game 6.
Yeah.
If he's fully healthy, if he can give them any type of production, and if not, then it's going to be up to the others to step up. But if they're off, if OKC can come in and say, hey,
Oh,
we're not playing no games, we just want to end this series and win it all. And if SGA just comes out and has a stellar performance alongside J Dub like he did in game 5, then they'll
mhm.
win.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I picked OKC in 6 to start the series, so I'm gonna stick with
Mhm.
my prediction. Kind of
Okay.
like that Halliburton, he's coming off with a calf strain. I really, if he can, what I'm saying, he was already laboring around the second half. He's barely could move. He's barely getting by anybody. If the Pacers were to win this game, it would take a full team effort, like you said. Mathurin would have to go off. Siakam would have to go off. Neesmith would have to have a good game. Nemhart would have to, and that's just too much to me. I'm like, ain't everybody not gonna hoop? That's too much now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Siakam got to come out. He got to give me at least 25 to 30. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think they will be in the game, but I do see OKC withstanding
Taking
the
them
little
off.
run. Yeah, and closing them out in 6. So that's my prediction, man. We gonna see how it goes, but it's been an entertaining finals overall. I feel like coming into the
No, it
final,
has.
yeah, a
It has.
lot of people are like, OKC gonna blow them out. They're gonna win in 4 and 5, and we got a 6 game series, and we got a buzzer beater. We got a
Yeah.
bunch of games came down to an end, so it's been a great finals to me for sure.
No, it really has. It really has. And that's just all of the non-basketball lovers that are saying, "Oh, this finals wasn't going to be entertaining. Like let's be real. Anybody that loves the game of basketball, anybody that just loves competition in general is going to be content with any finals matchup that we get. And a lot of people were underestimating the series, and
Yeah.
it has overachieved everyone's expectations.
For sure. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't care about the ratings and all. Oh, the ratings is low and it's small. I'm watching for the hoops, bro. Do
I'm
if
watching
people
for
talk
the
about the
Hulu.
ratings, like, do you get money? You get some of these ratings money? Do you get paid? No. So what you worry about the ratings for? Do you get a check of that? I mean, we kind of get a little check, but it's like, the better ratings we get bonus. But you know what I'm saying? But other people that's not, it's like, what you worry about the ratings for? You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
for real.
definitely looking for it. I'm like, shoot, we get a little something. Now let's transition to the off season, man. We got Kevin Durant. He has 3 teams on his preferred trade destination. H-Town, of course, he want to come to our city. We got the
Mhm.
Rockets, yes, ma'am. We got the Spurs, and we got the Heat. So I'm hoping we can get him. It looks like our coach. I keep saying, "Are you a Rockets fan?"
No, I'm not a Rockets fan. I wouldn't say I have a favorite team. I have a favorite player,
Who?
but LeBron James.
Oh, okay. She team. No, we ain't mad at that. I'm Team Bron too.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
always been like since
yeah.
literally a little girl, wherever he at, that's where
I'm
I'm at.
in.
So right
Yeah.
now I'm with the Lakers, but once he retires, I'll just be strictly like a NBA fan in general. So I won't have like a specific team.
I ain't mad.
But I'm
I'm.
always
I'm.
H count till I drown. So who knows? I
Yep.
might I might have to,
Come join the
hop
team.
on
I'm
the
with you though with
bandwagon.
that Bron stuff though. I'm definitely a Bron fan. I'm Bron down. Like I'm
Mhm.
Bron for real. Like you can't even
Yeah.
you talk about him in front of me. That's like talking about my family.
No, like actually, I will go to bat behind him. Like I will
Yeah.
debate you down if you talk
About
about he better than MJ. Like let's
yeah.
get into it.
It's different about Bron. But yeah. It's Bron. Then it's my Rockets. So that's my 2 teams.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm hoping we can go get Kevin Durant. Right
Mhm.
now, the coach Emi Udoka, he's really pushing for it. Their GM Stone, he's talking about he don't want to give up certain assets or picks. Right now, I think we got the Suns pick for this year and next year. So hopefully we can get a package put together. Also heard the Knicks wanted, or KD wanted to go to the Knicks, and he said no.
Yeah,
Just
I heard that they declined his offer. They declined his offer.
yeah, he was like, I want to come there, and they wasn't really interested, which is kind of crazy. I don't understand that at all.
I don't think that's entirely too crazy.
Okay,
Just
okay.
because like they're already a complete team, in
Mm-hmm,
my opinion. They made their playoff push this year, even though they didn't get past, the conference finals.
mm-hmm,
They still have Jalen Brunson. They still have Towns,
mm-hmm.
which he's gonna level up his game. They still have Mikal Bridges. They have Josh Hart. They have DiVincenzo. So they have a complete team. So I feel like if they were to trade for KD, they would have to give up a lot. They would really have to give up a lot in order for them to make that trade. And I just don't see how it would work with KD
Yeah,
to the
they have to
Knicks.
give up Towns.
Yeah.
So who would you rather? Town, KD, Towns, KD. I'm choosing KD. I don't care.
But do you think they would just give up Towns? They would definitely give up more pieces than just Towns for KD.
Maybe like I don't think they would have to give up Mikel or like OG Ananobi.
Yeah,
But
okay, like
maybe
a role player.
yeah,
And they're
yeah.
definitely not giving up Brunson. That's their
Hell
best player,
no.
right?
Hell
He's
no.
their best
Yeah.
player. So they would have to give up someone like a caliber of Carl, like you said, or
Yeah. If
yeah.
it's between Towns and KD, it's KD. You know what I'm
And they'll
saying?
probably have to give up, a couple first round picks or whatever picks that they have. So,
Are
but
they
I
trying to
just
get a
can't
chip or
see.
not? Are you trying
I
to get
just
a championship? You gotta
I
do
just
it.
can't see how that will work, especially with the whole coaching thing scandal that's going
Yeah.
on with them right now. They also still don't have a solidified coach, so it's a lot of things that's going on in New York right now that they got to sort out before bringing
Yeah,
someone else into the picture after they already had a pretty good playoff run, in my opinion.
for sure. And we can't. The reason that this was mentioned somewhere today, I think it was on First Take. The reason that the Knicks are saying no to KD, if we remember, I want to say 2020, 2021, KD was a free agent off the Warriors, and he was supposed to go to the Knicks. Remember, him and Kyrie was supposed to join up and go to the Knicks. It's
Okay.
at the last minute they're saying Kyrie got him, convinced him to go to the Nets. So they're saying their owner James Dolan feels a type of way about that, and he's like, "Oh, we don't want you back then. They ain't want me. Now I'm hot. They, you know what I'm
Now
saying?"
they all love me.
Yeah. He like, nah, don't
Okay.
come over here
Okay.
after
So you
this.
think it's the pride of the Knicks ownership, which is
Yo,
why that they don't want to bring Kevin Durant in.
exactly. Because it don't make no sense. What you mean you don't want? I mean, I hear what you're saying about the pieces, but they just said
Mhm.
like we not interested at all. Like they're like we
Yeah.
good on him. Like
Yeah,
we
at
good
least
on bro.
consider it, especially with the caliber of Kevin Durant. Like
It's KD.
he still has value. He still has
Yeah. Yeah. So for you to be like, oh no, we're not even okay, you just being petty now. You just being petty. But we'll see what happens, man. I don't want to put you on the spot, but if
value.
you had somewhere that you wanted Kevin Durant to go that could give him that championship push, any teams, it don't even gotta be the preferred team. Where would you like to see him at?
Yeah. Mm, let's see. I honestly think out of all of the teams that he has left, I would say Houston would be the best bet, in my opinion, just because with Houston, they have a lot of players. They have too many good players, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like they have to be able to give up some of those players
Yeah.
for a superstar caliber talent. And this is what I was saying on another podcast that I'm a part of, Beyond the Mic. Go check it out.
You brought
Um,
that.
the
She do it
Houston
all,
Rockets.
man. That's about the third, fourth part. She do it all. She ain't playing. She booked it busy. We had to wait all day to get this one. Come on, like, you got a lot going
No, but
on.
in all seriousness, the Houston Rockets, they have too many good players. Like we've seen time and time again, even in this past postseason, they don't have a go-to guy. You can say that it's Jalen Green, but he's been
Hell no.
consistent.
Hell no. Hell no.
He's been inconsistent all season. It's not Jabari. It's
No.
not Amen Thompson. It's not
No.
Alperen Sengun. It's
No.
definitely not Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks.
Hell
So
no.
they don't really have that go-to guy that you can say, hey, when we have a game in crunch time, when it's, back and forth, this is the person that we're going to give the ball to that we know is going to get a bucket. So they definitely have to give up some pieces in order to bring in a great player. And I think that great player is Kevin Durant. So, and I would be, more than willing to give up,
Jalen, you can go. Hey,
Tari
Jalen, I'll pack your bags right now.
or Tari Eason, a couple of those
Yeah.
players that have given them good production, but just not enough for them to get over that hump and stay in the roster. So I think Houston would be the best fit for him.
For sure. And Jalen Green, I'm packing up your bags right now, bro. Don't even hire the moving company. Don't even try to get some people. I'll do it for you, brother. I don't even want you to put Dre in the
So you
work.
think that Jalen Green should be traded
Yes, that man need to be
for
gone.
Kevin
Yes,
Durant?
yes. Jalen
Oh,
Green.
okay.
Listen, bro. I don't want to make
So
this
do you think
personal.
that he's hindering? No, I'm asking you. Do you think that
Yes,
he's hindering the Rockets?
yes. He's going into year 5. He hasn't improved since year 2. He's been the exact same player. The same field goal percentage, same 3-point percentage. Like at the end of the day, we just gotta accept him for what he is.
Yeah.
Rockets fans, they in love with this man because I think he was the second pick. He was supposed to be our franchise player. He was supposed to
Yeah.
give us so much, and he's never lived up to potential.
Yeah.
Sengun's better than him. Amin Thompson's better than him. Like, what are we doing still? It should
No,
be no.
he's shown flashes of greatness where you can be like, okay, he can be our number one option, but then it's like, okay, he'll go back to putting up 10 to 12 points
Yep.
every other game. So it's like we can't fully trust him to be our main guy
Mm-hmm.
and say that he's going to be our main guy. You're not giving us enough production to give us a
Mm-hmm.
want for you to stay or give you a max contract or give you some
Yep.
type of money for you to continue your tenure with us.
Yep. And you hit it right on the head. Flashes. That's all he do. He'll go off for 3, 4 games, have 30, 35, 40. You be like, damn, he looking like a franchise
Mhm.
player. And then he'll go MIA. Don't do nothing for 10. That's the worst type of player. Because
Yeah.
we don't know if you good. We don't know if you trash because you go back and forth. You give us flashes. It's been 5 years of this dude. It's like he is what he is, y'all. Like people be getting caught because, like you said, he do have them great moments where you're like, yo, this dude's crazy. Like he dropped
Yeah.
30 in the playoffs and you was like, oh, this is the franchise. But then he goes back and does 0 or 6 points, 9 points, 12 points. It's like we can't win with nobody like that, bro.
No,
So
yeah.
I've been begging. I really want Giannis personally. If we can get
Okay.
Giannis, Do that. If not, I'll take Kevin Durant. But Jalen Green needs to be the first player traded on the way out. I'll help him pack. I'll shake your hand, brother. You know, Drea, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Dre, I can't never say nothing bad about you. I see he had a beautiful little baby girl they just posted up on Instagram. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping that him and his family can have a safe relocation, brother. But you just can't stay here, okay?
You can't stay
No,
here.
you can't.
Okay, you gotta go.
You,
You
you ain't
gotta go.
gotta go, but you can't stay here, brother.
You
You can't.
can't stay
You know,
here.
can't stay here,
Okay.
brother. Speaking of some off-season movement, we have seen Desmond Bain traded to the Orlando Magic from the Memphis
Yes.
Grizzlies for 4 first-round picks, Cole Anthony as well, and then or no, four first-round picks, Cole Anthony and Contavious Caldwell Pope. So, what's your initial thoughts on that trade, and what do you think Desmond Bain can bring to the Magic? And I guess, do you think those four first-round picks were a little too much for
In my
him?
opinion, I do think that it was a lot. 4 first round picks,
Mhm.
that's extensive.
Yeah.
That is extensive. That's a type of trade that you would see for a superstar type of
Mhm.
player, for like a LeBron James, a Giannis, a Stephen Curry, people, of that caliber. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying that Desmond Bain can't get to that level, but from what we've seen just so far in his career, he's not a superstar. I would consider him a star. I would
Yeah.
consider him a star, but definitely not a superstar. And for
Yeah.
you to give up not only 4 first rounders, but also Kentavious Caldwell Pope, who's a great 3-point shooter, in my
Mhm.
opinion. He kind of plummeted a little bit this year
Yeah.
with his job with the Orlando Magic, but he's still a great shooter. He's a
Mhm.
valuable shooter that you can have with your team. Cole Anthony, he didn't really show much. He's kind of, fallen off in the past years, which is unexpected because when he was first drafted, people thought that he was going to be this franchise player, this great player, that he could be a type of player that can change and turn a team around. But in my opinion, Desmond Bain, he's not a bad player. He
Mhm.
can give you production. He was averaging 19 points last season, and he's gonna average that plus more when he gets to Orlando. But I just don't think that it made Orlando that much better.
Yeah. Title
You know what
contender.
I mean?
Okay.
I don't think that I don't think it made them drastically better to the point that they can make a playoff push to where they can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or knock out a Cavs team or knock out a Knicks team or even a fully healthy Celtics team, which they won't be fully healthy next
Mhm.
year, but you still have to get past the Knicks. You still have to get past the Cavs. You still have to get past the Pacers. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I don't think with them making this move that it made them that much better to where they'll be able to compete with those other teams in the East.
For sure. I do think, 4 first-round picks is a lot. So let's
It
start with
is.
that.
It's a lot.
But then I'll put myself in our Magic shoes. What free agents do you get? Nobody wants to come there. When's the last time they got a free agent? Like, I'm just saying, and I lived in Orlando. I love Orlando.
Um,
I had a great time in Orlando. I did an internship there. I loved
mhm,
Orlando. But it's like, when is the last time they got a free agent, like a big free agent? You
yeah.
can't get guys there. You drafted over and over again. It just hasn't hit. You had Anthony Black, who's still the verdict's on. Jalen
Mhm,
Suggs was a good draft pick. Then you got Jet Howard. You got Cole Anthony, as you said. So you tried to get guards that could shoot and help your team out, and it's not working. It's like, how many times we gonna keep drafting and not working out? So forget these draft picks. Let's go get the star player right now. That's
yeah.
basically their mindset. It's like, we
Yeah.
keep drafting, it's not working out. Let's just go get who we gotta go get. So I do
Yeah.
like Desmond Bain on the Magic. The Magic are one of the best defensive teams in the league. They actually were the best defensive team in the league last year. And Desmond
Mhm,
Bain fits right into that. He's a great defensive player, two-way player. He's gonna lock up on the other end, and he brings shooting to the Magic, who had
yeah.
the. That's what I'm saying. It's a perfect fit. They were
Yeah.
terrible in 3-point shooting last year. Like, the worst team in the league, the worst team in the past few seasons. Like, nobody shot the three as bad as them. And they get
Yeah.
one of the best 3-point shooters in the league in Desmond Bain. So it's like, he brings defense, he brings 3-point shooting. So, and if I'm the Magic, it's like, yo, the Celtics not gonna be here next year. And we just seen the
Mhm.
Pacers go to the finals. the
Yeah.
Pacers. Ain't nobody thought. So why not us? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
why
It's
not
an
push
open
all
door.
that? Yeah,
It is an
why
open
not?
door. And then with trade rumors about Giannis maybe leaving, the Bucks are not gonna, be that top team. The 76ers, we're not even gonna talk about them.
Yeah, who
But
knows?
also you gotta remember too, they had a vital piece out in the playoffs this year. Mortiz Wagner.
Yeah,
He was averaging 13 points for them. Also, Jalen Suggs, he wasn't
yeah.
playing for them. So those are two pieces that you're gonna get back for this upcoming season,
Mm-hmm.
alongside Desmond. Mind you, both Jalen Suggs and Mortiz Wagner averages double digits.
Yeah,
Jalen Suggs averages 16, Mortiz averages 13. And then you have Desmond Bain coming in who averages 19. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So when you add all of that together, they will make a playoff push and they will make it out of the first round. They didn't make it past the
yeah.
first round last postseason, but this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming postseason, I do think they're good enough to be able to get, a first round, second round win. And we'll see how conference
Yeah,
finals could go if they make it that far. But yeah,
yeah,
Desmond Bain definitely made them better, but I don't think it was a championship move.
yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Like I said, I got them out the first round. I still, like you said, I don't know if they're better than the Knicks yet. I don't think they're better than the Pacers. Cavs, I don't really take them dudes serious. After the way they went out, I'm like, I don't even know if I could trust y'all. That was crazy. Like y'all won,
No!
they won 68 games, then got beat 4-1. I'm like, golly, that was
Come on now. Talk
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Like, come
that was trash.
on. That really pissed me off because I had them in the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And
I still have the Celtics making it out the East, but I had the Cavs going to the conference finals. So
at
the way they
least
went
like,
out
yeah,
it was sickening.
yeah. Now let's make a transition to the WNBA, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to start off with Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? She came off first game back
A
from her
woman.
hamstring injury. Came back against the best team in the league, undefeated team. Gave them 30. Woo! Gave them 30.
32
32. And beat them. And
and
beat
beat them.
the undefeated Liberty, man.
Yeah.
Then she comes back, gets into a little scuffle tonight. You know what I'm saying? A little with JC Selden. And if y'all remember, college, they had a little thing back in the day
They
where
did.
Caitlin
They
kind of
did.
pushed her a little bit when JC was at Ohio State and Caitlin was at Iowa, Big
Mm-hmm.
Ten, as you know.
Yep. They
So
have
they
some history.
yeah. So today, they got into it. Then fast forward, JC going up for a layup, and then Sophie Cunningham comes and tackles her down. So
Mm-hmm.
WNBA getting real physical,
Yeah.
man. It's getting
No,
real
listen,
like
all I
that.
want to say is before we get into it, for all the viewers watching, y'all have to tune into the W, man. Like, it is
So
cinema every single night. And I know that, the viewership is up with Caitlin Clark back, Angel Reese, and things like that. But there are so many other talented players that people truly don't know about that has been in this league for years, And with Caitlin Clark, the positive thing that I love about, Caitlin Clark joining the league and having the viewership go up is that not only are they able to watch Caitlin, but they are also able to see how talented all of these other players are. And they're getting put on to so many other players, that people might have not known about in the past. So it's great for the league, great for the game. Continue to just watch it and support it, because the only way that the league will grow is if we invest in it as fans. And if we go to the games, we watch it, the viewership is up. So all in all, I'm just a basketball lover, especially women's sports. So I had to say that. I had to put that out there.
we got to give Angel some shine too. We definitely not just gonna talk
Mhm.
about Caitlin. Angel Reese triple double the other day. Come on, man. As a power forward, she don't even play point guard like that. She was
Right?
beat. And since Courtney Vandersloot went out, they did say their head coach Tyler Marsh said, "Hey, it's gonna be point guard by committee." He said Angel
Mhm.
even gonna be playing some point. People like Angel gonna be playing some point. But if you watch that first game against the Fever, Angel was coming down the court, dribbling, dishing off. Angel got a handle now. People be trying
Oh
to she got
yeah, people
skill.
don't know that. People don't know that she
Mm-hmm.
played point in AAU in high school growing up.
Yep.
She played point guard. People just don't know that. So she
Yep.
has that skill. So at times, even when she was at Maryland, LSU, there were times where she would, run the offense, or she would bring the ball up the court and, make a play for herself. It's not every time because her main position is the power forward position, but
Mhm.
she can handle the ball.
Yeah, yeah, and she's been showing it. Even today, she comes out, drops 17 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Angela's been looking good, man.
Oh, she has.
The Sky been struggling. Obviously, Courtney Vandersloot went out, but the two stars, the two people who get the most talk, Caitlin and Angel, they've been having good seasons for sure.
No, yeah, for sure. And that was her first triple double of her career, by the way, ever. So we're seeing flashes of greatness. She can
Yeah,
pass the rock. And when she has a ball in her hand more, especially with Courtney Vandersloot out, she'll have many more opportunities to handle the ball and make plays, for not only herself, but for her teammates. So the more that she gets used to running the offense, the more that she gets used to, having the ball in her hands, she'll make more plays for her teams. And we'll see way more mini triple doubles to come. So that
sure.
was just a glimpse of what she can do. Because I'm an Angel Reese lover. I love her.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
following her. I've been following her game since Maryland. So
Mhm.
I know what she can do, and all the hate against her, I honestly think it's uncalled for. It's forced.
Yeah,
And she's young.
yeah,
Not all players are going to be uh uh a generational talent right out of the gate like Caitlin Clark or Diana Taurasi or Candace Parker. It takes time for people to develop their game and for them to get to the peak of where they need to go. And I'm not ashamed to say that Angel Reese, she has a lot more developing to do, So, but once she gets to that level, she'll be unstoppable.
yeah. And let's address that too. Like people who just be trying to act like Angels a scrub. Like, come on, dog. You don't make the rookie. First of all, y'all know how hard it is to be a rookie in the WNBA. Girls is
So hard.
getting cut. Girl,
So hard.
women is getting cut. Fourth round pick, fourth picks overall, not fourth round, fourth overall is getting cut. Fifth
Yes.
overall picks are getting cut.
Yes.
The WNBA, people don't realize it's only 12 teams in the league. It's only 12 roster spots. It's 144 players. That's the best, the top talent, best WNBA, best women's basketball players in the world. So you know how hard it is to be a rookie, to be 20, 21, 22, and coming and playing. And the WNBA is old. It's like 35-year-olds, 36 years. It's grown
Yeah.
women in that league for real.
Grown women.
And for Angel to come in and just being this rebounding presence off rip, we'll worry about the layups later. Let's talk about what she does good though.
Yes.
You come in your first season, you set not even a rookie rebounding record. You set
The all-time record.
the all-time rebounding record your first year in
All-time
the NBA.
rebounding record. Yes.
And a
Most
league that is
consecutive, yep, most
talk about it.
consecutive double-doubles in the
Yep.
league. She passed up Candace Parker, which is a generational talent as well. But yeah,
Generational.
not everyone's doing that. And of course, she has a lot of work to do on the offensive end, but you cannot say that she is not a beast on them boards. That's one thing that she's going to give you every single time. And I love that she trademarked the me bounds.
The
Okay.
rebound.
She turned the hate into money. Okay.
Yep. That's
People were
what she
saying that
does.
all her points come off her missed shots. But guess what? She turned that into motivation and also money because now she trademarked it and she probably can make merch and do whatever she want with it now.
Yep. And another thing I want people to understand, she was the seventh pick in the draft. So she's already exceeded expectations. Like people think
Yeah.
it, like I said before, it's number four picks overall getting cut. Fifth picks over. She was the seventh pick in the draft, and she already made an all-star game her first rookie season. So
No,
expectations have already been exceeded. Everything she's doing now,
yeah.
none of this was people. The narrative around Angel in college was none of this going to translate to the WNBA. She's too small. She can't do this. She can't do that. And she came out and dominated right off the rip. So, like you
Yep.
said, I know people
Dominate.
focus a lot on the layups and the missed things, but it's like we witnessing probably if Caitlin's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, which she is, Angel's the greatest rebounder of all time. Because your first
You're not
season,
gonna say that just yet, but
yeah,
she's on
on her
track.
way, on her way,
She's
yeah,
on track for
on track
sure.
for
For
sure, on
sure.
the
For
way,
sure.
yeah.
And
Your
I just want to
first,
touch on one thing with Angel.
mhm,
Um, she does have a lot more proving to do as far as like this season. It's still early for the W. Last year she was averaging 14 points and I believe 12 rebounds. This year she's only averaging 10 points, but it's still very early on. Her last couple games she's been stepping it up. So, scoring over points per game. So the more that she plays, the more that she gets comfortable, in her role. It's a new team. She's with new players,
New
new
coach.
coach. It's a
Yeah.
new environment in general. So the more that she gets acclimated to the environment and, just playing without having to worry about what the naysayers are saying,
Yeah.
she'll be playing better.
For sure, for sure. Like you said, it's a new coach. He's getting used to a lot of new things up there. Now, like I said, like you said, there's so much talent in WNBA. We don't just want to focus on them two players. Let's talk about the two teams on top right now. We got the Liberty and the Lynx, both with only one loss. I want to
Yeah.
say the Lynx. I mean, one of them's 11-0, the other one's 10-0. I'm gonna just ask you straight up: are we looking at a crash? Are we looking at a finals rematch, basically from last year?
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. I do think it'll be a finals rematch. I
Yeah,
do, just from the course of how it's going. It's still very early on. Like I said, 11 games in. The Liberties are 11 games in. The Lynx are 12 games in. The Lynx are number one right now. The Liberty are number two. But the rate that it's going, we will see a finals rematch for sure. You have Nafisa Collier, who's just been killing it this season. We know how she can play. We saw it in the finals last year. For people that
yeah.
didn't know her, she put the league on notice, and now everyone is aware of the type of player that she is. And then Brianna Stewart, she wasn't finals MVP last year, but she was the MVP of the season, you know, a season ago. So we know what she can bring. We saw what she did at UConn. So just with them two alone leading their teams and willing them to these type of wins, I truly don't see anybody else withstanding them in the postseason. They've truly separated themselves already just early on in the season, and they're the two front runners. And I think it'll be that way after the regular season, going into the postseason as well.
For sure. I mean, if people don't remember, I mean, in my opinion, the Lynx were robbed of a championship in Game Five. Like
Yeah, they
they were,
were.
it was straight
They were.
robbery.
They were. I
Yeah,
truly believe that Minnesota should have won the
yeah,
championship, but to each his own. The refs are gonna call what they call. You can't overturn it, no matter what you say. So,
yeah. So after all that happened last finals, and the way I was like, Lynx gonna win the championship. That was my pick. I knew
mhm.
if you watched Unrivaled, the way
Oh
Nafisha
yeah,
was hooping, like she's on
they
some
were
other type of timing
hooping.
right now. Yeah, she's
Another
on.
type of timing.
Yeah, she's coming out the gates. Entering today's game, she was averaging 26 points, shooting over
Mhm.
50% from the field,
Yeah.
40% from the 3 point line, and 90% from the 3 point line. I did a little thing, a research thing a couple days ago. It's only
Yeah.
been 5 NBA players to average 25 points, 50% from the field, 40% from the three. The 50-40-90 club is what we call it. She'll
Wow.
be the
Okay.
first player in the WNBA to ever do it if she keeps this pace. Only
Wow.
5
What
players
you
in the
do
NBA have
on your
done
NBA stats stuff? I
it.
won't be surprised if I see that on a ESPN show or something,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah. You
Bleacher
know, I got
Report.
here. She would join. Y'all look at this list: Kevin Durant, Larry Bird did it twice, Kyrie Irving. That's it. That's the list, y'all. So
That's
she's on a historic pace right now. Like
a
we ain't never
story.
seen. She's the MVP right now. Like you said, it's
Yeah.
still early, and she's.
No, but
You
yeah,
know, I love.
she's definitely making her mark as the MVP for this year.
Yup, and I love Asia, but it's like you know what I'm saying. I don't want to start nothing, but it's like Nafisa hooping on. Asia been hooping too though. She been in
But she's
concussion
also
protocol.
injured too, so that's
Yeah,
another thing. She hasn't really been able to, show what she can do because she's been out with injury for the past couple of games.
yeah, yeah. So like you said, it is still early, but yeah, both of them teams. I agree. I think is a conclusion. We're gonna see them in the finals. I'm ready for
Hmm.
them to square off in the regular season. They're
Oh
both
yeah, me
Link
too. Me too.
11-1, Liberty 10-1. I think they square off in the 15th or 6th. It's a couple more games till we get there, but I'm ready for that game already.
Yeah,
Um,
and just to touch on Nafisia one more time, she will be the WNBA MVP for this
yeah,
season. I'm claiming it now. Mark
mhm.
my words, Ryan.
I'm
Hostess, you better post it. I'm calling it now. Nafisia Collar will be the 2026 WNBA MVP. Y'all, she's
I'm
averaging
with you.
26 points. She has completely separated herself from the bunch. Like the second leading scorer in the league right now is Alicia Gray with 21
Wow.
points. And the rate Nafisa is going, I don't see anyone passing her up. I mean,
No.
Asia's been hurt. She's the fourth leading scorer with 21, but still, I don't see her just totally coming back and drastically, passing Nafisa up. But yeah, Nafisa's been on one, and she's coming out for revenge.
Yep. That's exactly what I picked up from it. Even Unrivaled, she was on one.
Yeah,
Like
she was
she ain't
on
been playing
10.
since that final, since they was robbed. She ain't been
Hmm.
playing. So
No
she on.
games.
I think she gonna get MVP, and I think the Lynx gonna win the championship. Just the
Hmm.
way I thought that coming into the season, though. I'm like, they coming for revenge. They really should have won it last year, but
Yeah.
that's a story for another day. Now, those are the two top teams in the league. Who are the biggest disappointments to you this season,
Mm,
team wise?
team wise, I would honestly have to say the
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Wings, just because they have so much talent on their team. For one, Arike Gumbawale, she is a generational talent. We know what she can do. She's been an all-star for the past couple of years. And you have Dejanay, you have Tierra McCowan, you have who I think, in my opinion, will be Rookie of the Year in Paige Becker. So you have so many pieces that is on this team, where, they were expected to do well and be a top team in the league, and right now they're in the bottom five.
Yo,
So
they
just
the
in my
bottom, yeah, yeah,
yeah, they're
yeah.
at the bottom. They've
Yeah.
been doing
Oh, they
terribly.
got two wins now. Oh, so they did win today. So they 2-11 now. So you're right. Yeah, I guess they the second or the third right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just unfortunate, just because when you have so much expectation and so much hope for a team, when you know that they can get there and they're not producing, it's like, dang. And I really hate it for Paige, just because she's used to a winning atmosphere. I mean,
Yeah.
coming from UConn, she didn't lose that much. And then
Nah.
you come into the league expecting to make some noise, expecting to make the team better. Mind you, the Wings weren't like a non-playoff team, if I'm not mistaken.
You saw
Um,
last year?
yeah. Were they in the
Yeah, I
playoff?
think so. They had some. No, they missed it, but they had a lot of injuries. Remember, Sabali got hurt,
Mm,
so she missed half the season. But
okay. Okay,
yeah,
but still, even with Satu Sabli, yeah, I mean, she's not on
mhm.
the. Is she on the?
No, she on the Mercury now.
Okay, she's on the Mercury. But yeah, just in general, like this roster is filled with a lot of talented people. And in my opinion, I didn't think that they would be this low.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still a lot of time left. We can see what they do. But so far, they've been the biggest disappointment for sure.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. Paige has been hurt. She did get in concussion protocol like 2 or 3 games. But since it's like, girl, we had the same discussion since college with her. Like, you gotta shoot more.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta shoot. You the second, you damn near, people would argue better than Arike. We ain't gonna go there
Yeah.
yet. But it's like, you need to be shooting just as much as she's shooting. Arike gonna shoot. She gonna
Yeah.
get her 20 shots up a game. So it's like, why are you not getting another 15, 20? We know you the point guard. We know you like to get others involved, but it's no reason, and no disrespect, it's no reason Dejanay should be shooting more than you. You
Oh my, wait, Dejanay is shooting more than Paige Beckers?
some games, yes, Dejanay be getting them. Then Dejanay been hooping this year, so
No,
I
she has been
Dejanay
hooping.
be
We know what Dejanay can bring, because when they went
yeah.
on that run when she was with Connecticut, we know
Hmm.
what she can bring. Baylor Dejanay, she's a bucket. But yeah, I truly do think that Paige needs to be shooting more, because we saw spurts in her game when she had that 35-point game versus the
Hmm.
Mercury. You know what I mean? So we know what she can bring, but like you said, she does have to shoot more and just involve herself more with the team in order for them to just win more games in general.
Yeah, like you said, there has been sparks. They do have a new coach. He's a first time coach. They call him Man Bun because he got a man bun. So he's still learning. We've seen some spurts with him and Dejanay getting into it. We also know
Oh yeah, we did
Dejanay.
see that.
You said what you say?
I said, oh yeah, we did see that. They was arguing like in the
Yeah.
huddle.
That was going back and forth about a call. Also, we know Dejanay, I don't know, her ex or whoever it is on the team as well. So that's
Mm-hmm.
another. What's shorty name?
Melissa Smith.
Yeah, Melissa Smith's on the team
Yeah.
as well. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of dynamics on that team. Like you said, though, they are talented. Regardless, we ain't think they was gonna be the worst team in the league. You know what I'm
No, yeah,
saying?
we didn't think that, especially with
Yeah,
the amount of talent they have. And I truly do think it's just because they're trying to adjust to all these different factors, all of the new factors. They don't have Satu on their team, which was their second best player, and you're bringing in Paige. She has to learn how to work well with all these different players. She has to learn where she fits in. This new coach, like you said, he's a first time coach. So he's learning as well. So they're all learning. I mean, the only veteran presence that you really have on the team is Enrique and
yeah,
Tiera McCowan. So
yeah.
those two, they've been with the Wings for a very long time now. So they know how each other play. They can work off, play off each other and things like that. But everyone else, they have to learn each other and just go as the season progresses.
Yeah, yeah, perfectly said. Now, Paige ain't been the only rookie that's been getting off to a hot start. We also seen Kiki Ariafin and Sonia Citron for the Mystics. They started off hot, they cooled off a little, but like you said, the rookie class, I feel like it's been decent. Like you said, it's a couple rookies getting that game off. Like I said, people think you can't compare this to the NBA because it's like
Yeah.
it's so hard to just make that transition. So if you get a
Yeah.
few rookies averaging double digits, that's a good thing. So it's always good to see new blood in the league and these young stars getting their shine for sure.
Okay, but yeah, I just want to touch on Kiki Ariafin. Outside of Paige Beckers, I do think that she's the second runner up for Rookie of the Year. She just came into Washington and truly turned their team around. Like she's averaging 14 points, 9 rebounds, almost averaging a double double. And she's just been that force for them. You know what I mean? And we saw it in college. We saw what she was doing at USC, but she's come into Washington, into a new city, into a new team, and really, showed what she can do. And she's just been playing exceptionally well.
She has been, and people forget like the whole season leading up, including last season, she was the projected number two pick to Page the whole season. She had a little, her last year at USC wasn't the best. She was taking a back seat to Juju. Juju's the main star. She has to take that back seat. So we saw her stock fall a little bit. Dominique Malongo ended up going second. Then Sonya
Yes,
Citron ended
she
up going
did.
third. And then
Hmm.
Kiki went fourth. But Kiki, like you said, she looks like the second best rookie out of everybody. So
No, she
obviously,
does.
yeah,
She
she
does.
kept
And
that
another
chip on
rookie that's
her shoulder.
underrated, she's been hurt, but Anissa Morrow, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
coming out of LSU, she was averaging 20 points in her last senior season at LSU. But like I said, she's been hurt. She plays for Connecticut. But when she comes back, she's going to be that dominant force. She's great on the board. She still has to really develop in her offense. But once she gets settled in and once she gets used to how this league plays, she's going to be great alongside Angel Reese. She's going to be the top of the top in them rebounds, too. I'm calling it.
yep, yeah. I'm glad you brought up. That's exactly what she is. Another Angel Reese. All she does is rebound and get double doubles every game. So that's
Every
somebody.
game.
And she's on the Sun, who's a trash team. She can get some playing time. So like you said, she has been dealing with some injury. But
Trash team is crazy.
no, they trash. Everybody
No,
they
they
trash.
are. They traded like their whole starting
Mhm.
five this off
Yeah,
season, which is
yeah.
crazy because they were a champ. Like they were a great team, like a championship contender team.
Yeah, to me, they definitely should be the worst team. To my prediction was they were going to be the worst team in the league. The Wings are worse right now. Hopefully that changes. But yeah, the Sun they ain't got nobody. So hopefully, I know Anissa was injured a little bit in the beginning of the season. Now she's starting to come into her own, starting to play a little bit more. But yeah, once she gets in a groove, she's just like Angel Reese. She's gonna rebound and get you double doubles all game. So that's definitely a
All
name.
game.
So man, it's time to close out. Where can they find you at? Yo, I know you already dropped it before. Let's just drop it again for the closing. Your socials, the 10,000 podcasts that you own. Just where can they locate you
10,000.
at?
Okay, well, my main social media account is Instagram, so you can find me on there at Kiera Shanae. So it's KIERA SHANEY. That is my personal page, my business page, all in one. You can follow me on LinkedIn at Kiera Baker, it's Kiera, and then Baker is my last name. I'm a part of a podcast called Beyond the Mic. I put out content for them occasionally for their sports. And then I'm also a part of Are They Hooping, which is another sports page, and you can follow them at ATH Ball app. So that's ATHBBALLAPP. And I just put out my interviews and sports content on there as well.
Got you. You got any more podcast? I know you on about 50 of them. Any more little group Instagrams or anything that you on?
No, not really. I just wanna shout out God. Honestly,
Oh
like
yeah, God's
he's the
number
only
one.
one that has been,
Mm-hmm.
keeping me and allowing me to get all of these opportunities that I've gotten so far. And I'm just trusting in him to, like continue to further me in my career and trusting his plan for my life. But yeah, just make sure to follow me on all my socials and keep up with what I'm doing. And yeah, that's it.
For sure. Yeah, I'm definitely grateful that you was able to join the pod. We got her first, y'all, before she blow up, before y'all see her everywhere, doing boxing cover, basketball,
Oh, stop.
WNBA, before she on the networks, we got her here. So y'all come back, y'all watch this interview, watch the beginning of how she started, man, and just everywhere she's going. Like you said, it's someone who been grinding. She was putting in the work early, going to the conferences in college, hungry. I'll see you at the conference, you know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing, networking. So she's someone that got it early. She understands the grind. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing your journey, seeing you grow and progress in this industry. And thankful that you was able to come on and do this podcast and do this interview with me for sure.
Oh no, I'm thankful for you. And before we go, I also want to give you your flowers because you're
Nah,
doing your thing too in this industry. Like you're a part of ESPN. You're a young guy coming up too, and I really love what you're doing with your podcast. You started it back up, and you're just really highlighting people that are in the industry, giving your take on sports, and just doing it your own way. So I commend you too.
for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna see you at the top, you know what I'm saying? She don't wanna come to ESPN, y'all. Maybe I'll see her sometime down the road somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to Connecticut, she wanna stay in town. I don't blame you though. I don't blame you. The weather be nice down there.
You keep
It look
saying I want to stay in Texas. I mean, like I want to stay in Texas for now, but wherever I get a job, that's where I'll be going. If it's ESPN, then I'll be there.
well, I told you we got a job for all right, come on, man. I told you we got
Okay.
no, I hear you though. I hear you though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own journey. You gotta figure it out yourself too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You already got an internship, so you already halfway there. You already doing what you're doing. So yeah, like I said, I'm just glad and I could be a tiny part of it anyway. The interview, the podcast, whatever. So I thank you again for coming on the podcast, man. Ryan Leatch podcast episode number 22. We out, gang.